Section 8 is dead in all the major cities across the country and especially in Florida. Why? Because they're not keeping up with market rents. Over the last year and a half, rents have soared. Why? Because real estate prices have soared. Here in Central Florida, over the last 12 months, rents have increased 50%. So if your rent was $1,000, a year later it's $1,500. So if the house or apartment that you're living in is being sold or has new ownership, you're going to face a 50% increase. Because with the prices being so high currently, when the new owner purchases the house, they're typically purchasing it at about a break even or even a loss in a lot of situations. And the only way to recoup that money is to go up on the rents. And even going up on the rents, they're typically not getting as much as the previous owner was getting when they were buying real estate, when it was half the price of what it is currently. So let's look at the payment standards for Section 8. Let me go over here real quick. Tampa Housing Authority payment standards. We're going to be looking at the Tampa area. And we'll take a look at area code, zip code 33617. That is Temple Terrace. That's somewhere, that's East Tampa. Busch Gardens is in that area. The University of South Florida is in that area. Nice area. Currently, they have the payment standards for a person in possession of a housing voucher, a Section 8 voucher, for a one-bedroom apartment. They would pay $1,177. Already, they're a bit behind. For one-bedroom apartments in that area, you would be paying $1,300 to $1,400 per month. For a two-bedroom apartment for a voucher holder, it pays $1,430. Again, you can get $1,500 to $1,700 for a two-bedroom apartment. And for a voucher holder for a three-bedroom apartment, it would pay $1,837. A three-bedroom apartment or a house would cost you $2,000 and over. So right there, they're a little behind the curve, and they're not adjusting fast enough. And it's really causing a lot of hardship for a lot of people who just weren't prepared for such a dramatic price increase. The only saving grace is if there's somebody, when your lease is up and you have the current ownership still in there and your place was not sold, then you might only experience a 10 or 15% increase, and then maybe that's on a more normal side. But if there's new ownership, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So I'm going to just take a look at some of the news stories they have. 8 on your side, Florida housing crisis. Section 8 vouchers can't keep up with the Tampa Bay rent hikes. This is a story that was just posted like 2 days ago. And it says, as rents skyrocket in the Tampa area, one local grandmother says federal rental assistance is not keeping up with the dramatic price hikes. Delora Hayes qualifies for Section 8 federal housing, but says she still can't find a place to live. She's been homeless for a year and turned to 8 on your side for help. They say every child should have a place to stay. I'm going to get into bed. Every child should be able to say, I'm going to get into my bed, says Dolores Hayes. Hayes is the guardian of an 8-year-old grandson. When she thinks about the past year, she breaks down. She had enough in life to happen to him, says Hayes. I just want to put him back into a house. Hayes qualifies for federal housing aid, also known as Section 8. The vouchers funded by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development are administered locally. She says the problem is the vouchers that's supposed to be high enough to cover the rent in Tampa Bay area does not. If the rent is higher than what's allowed, she explains she can't live there. There is no going above it, she says. Hayes has been approved for a 3-bedroom place in Pinellas County. That would be the St. Petersburg area. HUD sets a limit for the max rent allowed for each applicant. The formula is based on income. For Hayes, the range is from $1,500 to $2,700, depending on the zip code. If the unit does more than that, she is out of luck. I have looked from St. Petersburg all the way to Newport Richey, she says. It has been just one rejection after another. Ed on Your Side called the Pinellas County Housing Authority, which administers the program. It turns out Ms. Hayes is right. According to the director of the voucher program in Pinellas County, vouchers have not increased enough to keep up with the rent. Right now, 180 families with vouchers are on the street looking for a unit. The most in recent history. Rents are spiking beyond what voucher holders can afford. In Pinellas County, 7% of voucher holders currently can't find a place to live. Historically, we're told that number was never higher than 2%. Section 8 is just not getting it done here in the Tampa area and in a lot of different places in these major cities where prices have dramatically increased. The best options for people right now currently would be moving far outside of the city. In some of the areas, maybe inland, in which the prices haven't had this dramatic spike. Otherwise, there's people that should be looking at, a world of pain. And that's why I say until government intervention comes in and makes some adjustments and changes and fixes and updates the system, Section 8 is dead.